Hello and welcome to this very special review. Now the reason this review is special is because the model that I'm about to show you was previously owned by Simierski. Now you know him from British Railway stories, obviously the most famous one, model reviews, that kind of thing. And recently I bought this model, like I just said, off Simon, as he was selling some stuff over Facebook. So I decided to buy a Jubilee off him. Now I was going to buy one from Hatton's, new, but I thought this one would probably be a little more special. So I'm just showing you the box now because obviously the old Bachmann packaging wasn't that helpful. But he did say that this was one of his first models that he repainted, and I didn't realise how much he'd repainted it till I saw the box. Now it is obviously a Jubilee, but it's not 5684, it is 45742, and it's not Jutland, I think that's how you say it. It's Connaught, and it's not an LMS Crimson. It's in BR green with with an early crest, and but it does have the 4,000 gallon tender. So this box is pretty much useless at this minute, apart from the front, which Bachmann always got the picture wrong. It was never of the actual engine. Well, originally it was never of the actual engine. Most of the time the colour, or the livery should I say, would be wrong, and it'd be from a different time period. So this one's completely missed it because it has a Fowler tender, 3,500 gallon Fowler tender. It's the wrong number, the wrong name, and this one looks to be from about the 1960s because of the late crested tender, but also on the corner there it says C400, which is like a diesel kind of head code for expresses. Well, it probably would have been for expresses because this is obviously one of Stanley's express engines. So let's have a look at the model. So I'll bring over the locomotive and the tender. So I'll give you a quick brief history of the model now. Not the model, the class. Now normally I try and find information about a certain engine, but the only thing I can find out is that it was built at Crewe in 1936. That's all I could really find out about it. But also it was one of two, I believe, to have a double chimney, so a double blast pipe. Not very good with the inner workings of steam engines, so if I say something that's wrong, please tell me in the comments. So anyway, without any extensive prototype trials, 113 of these 3-cylinder express engines that were obviously a 460 wheel arrangement of William A. Stanier, Sir William A. Stanier, should I say, of designs were ordered in 1933. The engines were intended to The engines were intended to be an improved taper-boilered version of the Patriot class, having small superheaters and domeless boilers, like the original Black Fives. But like the Black Fives, obviously the Black Fives being very successful, these were not very successful, as they had usually were short of steam and had low temperature, obviously this being because of the small superheaters. But then as it went on, the superheaters got bigger, and the grates were bigger as well. But two of these were fitted with double blast pipes, so Connaught obviously being one of them. I think that really improved it as much as they could get it. So that's the history lesson done with, and let's have a look at the model. So we'll have a look at the tender first, and I must say Simon has done a great job repainting this into BR green. It does look like like a factory model, apart from some little bits where you can see the lines a bit wobbly there. But I'm sure when it's going past the camera you won't really be able to see. Transfers quite central, which is good. The weathering he's done looks nice too. Obviously on these older models they wouldn't have had detail like obviously where it was made or how big the size, the water capacity of the tender was. Now I believe these 4,000 gallon Stanier variety tenders could hold 90 tons of coal, I believe. And this is real coal, and it does make the model look a lot more realistic. So where it fails in little bits like little details, it does make Simon's made up for it in the coal. Obviously you can see lots of riveting all around, and you have the foot plates that do look quite chunky, but that's how they were, I don't know. Wheels are quite loose, which is I guess what you want, so it doesn't create friction and traction. You can see little bits of paint blobs, I guess you could say, here and there. Don't know if the camera will pick it up. Yeah, just about there. Now it has got sprung buffers. Originally I didn't think it had sprung buffers, but I think that might have been the buffers just being a bit stiff after a while. This isn't an M coupler, but a slim fitting one. I could remove it and put an M coupler in if I wanted to, but I think I'll just stick with this as most of my rolling stock is NEM, so it'll fit in nicely with them. There's a little bit of weight to the tender, not that much, not an incredible amount, and it has got the old connecting arrangement. Obviously on the inside, not a massive amount of detail, but you can still pick out little features like doors, coal. I think those are to do with sending water to the boiler, that kind of thing. And next, after this, we'll have a look at the locomotive. Now don't expect this to be as good as the modern ones. Obviously this one is an older version, so there won't be any opening smoke box doors, no massive amount of extra detail in the cab, so on and so on. But I believe on the modern ones you can open up the sun, well, a bit on the roof. But anyway, once again on the body, Simon has done a great job on the weathering. Not that much detail really on the inside. I might add a crew in there. I still need to buy some crews for my locomotives. You have a few separately fitted items, such as the safety valves and the whistle, which is just very small in the corner there. But you also have the handrail here, and you also have some plastic. This one I believe is plastic, go along here, and the handrails are plastic, but there is a bit of metal on there which normally wouldn't be metal, which is the nameplate Connaught, which is an etched one which Simon has fitted, which looks lovely. Does outshine all the rest of the weathered body, but these would have been normally cleaned by fitters or cleaners. When I say fitters, I mean like when you would go in for repairs or an overhaul or anything like that. Now I must say, compared to some of the older models, the connecting rods on this don't look as thick. Apart from this one going along here, that one does look very thick. Simon has taken off the front coupler, which I was going to do anyway, so he's just saved me the hassle of having some extra bits. No detail again where it's from, so like Lehman Road is 50A. Sprung buffers at the front. This is the one that I thought was the reason why it didn't have sprung buffers, because the one on the left is a bit stiff. The rail carrying on onto the smoke box door. You can definitely tell from a view like this that it's very similar to the Black 5 if you extended the foot plate at the front, or the running board. You can just see there very faintly it does say 6P, standing for 6 passenger. I think the best thing to do now is to put it on the track and have a look at it go round. And here she is on the layout, and as you can just tell from that, really smooth. Before Simon sent it out, he did say he lubricated all the little parts, so that's probably one of the main reasons. I've also been running it in for the past hour, obviously half an hour that way, half an hour that way, and it is now running really smoothly. Now, so I don't get lots of hate comments saying that it's not working properly because it doesn't go around my corners. The reason it doesn't go around my corners as well as maybe tank engine is because the wheel arrangement, as you can see, is quite wide. Now, some of you might not think that because you obviously have quite smooth curves. Mine are my layout is pretty much a starter set with extra bits added on, which I don't mind because I don't have that much space to put loads of stuff in, and I didn't really want to make a small shunting yard. So that's the reason why it kind of judders a bit when it goes around my corners. So we've cleared that up. I'll just get there we go, that's all coupled up. So now let's see her running in with 4 Pullman coaches. Now I know that's not very realistic, but I am going to be getting some Mark 1s soon, some Bachmann Mark 1 coaches in maroon. Another thing I want to point out is focusing on something else there. The foot plates are separately fitted, I believe. Simon, I think, has added those. Whether you'll notice as it's going round, as you can tell, it has slowed down a bit. There we go. If you've noticed my DeLorean there. Now you'll see how smooth the linkage is here. You'll see it a bit later on, but it is just so smooth running. It's a beautiful locomotive. Now let's have some fancy camera shot angles. Well, Simon, if you're watching, I must say that this train definitely has gone to a good home, and us here at Railfan 60121 will definitely look after it, and has fitted in nicely with Silurian there. Well, thanks for watching, and goodbye.